What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Round 23. Official preview is here. Predictions, tips, tricks, you name it, we got it over here. As always, hope you guys are doing good and amazing. Don't forget to like the video and sub if you are new to the channel. You want with the finals, like I said, 2 weeks out. We are approaching the end of the regular season. It's been actually a really, really good season. It's not officially over yet, but it's been a really, really good season. As always, you guys know what we do. We look over last week's results. We check out this week's results and also the table as well. So it's going to be a very, very interesting last 2 weeks of the season with some close teams. Spots still up for grabs. Let's see what goes down. As always, don't forget to like the video and sub us if you are new to the channel. Let's go and let's hop straight into it. As always, Collingwood did beat Geelong, in which Geelong was up, and Collingwood came back. Bombers beat North Melbourne. Sydney beat Gold Coast. The boys, a close one against Adelaide. Carlton beat Melbourne by 4. West Coast, like I said, they got beat by over 100 points. I sadly felt I've said that a few times this year. Hawthorn beat Western Bulldogs by 3. St. Kilda beat Richmond, and Port Adelaide beat GWS by 51 points. So, shout out to Hawthorn with another win over a top 8 team. And give credit to Hawthorn, man. I know they're not going to be in the final stuff like that, but 7 wins. And like I said, regarding last week with Hawthorn, a lot of people had Hawthorn coming like in last place with the wooden spoon. And that's not been the case. 7 wins of 14. They won the last 3 out of 5. Like I said, some of their wins have been pretty good. They have beat Brisbane. They beat Western Bulldogs. Very, and they beat Collingwood. So they're beating the top 8 teams. So if you need somebody to play spoiler, do not play with Hawthorn because they probably will beat you and mess up your top 8 spot. But as always, this is the table as you guys see here. Collingwood play us, and that's gonna be the game of the round. Like I said, fortunately, I will not be here for a game. Have something to do tomorrow morning, but we will be live for at least one of our big games. Like I said, and I don't know if I really told you guys this, but when I like look at the schedule, that's my like first second time really looking at the schedule for that week. I don't really check the schedule during the week, but I check in like when I'm doing these. So my reaction is just the same as yours when I first see the schedule to see who's playing stuff like that. Brisbane, Port Adelaide tied for second. Melbourne 56 points. Carlton, like I said, just winning, just absolutely just winning matches. They're in 5th place with a chance to potentially catch up to Melbourne if they lose to Hawthorn, which I'm not expecting. But you never know. You never know. St. Kilda back in there, Sydney and Western Bulldogs. So, and Sydney Swans have been winning. They have been winning. I haven't peeped that again. So my apologies. Essendon still in there. GWS is still in there. Geelong back to 11. Like I said, if you lose the last 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, every loss matters now. Every loss matters. So obviously Adelaide, they lost the last 3 out of 5. They played Sydney. Richmond, who I thought maybe had a chance, they lost 3 straight matches, so they seem like they may not make it. Freo, they just haven't been just really good all season. Gold Coast, Hawthorn, North Melbourne, and West Coast. So, like I said, the top spot is pretty much we kind of know how it is, but it's not really fully done. If Brisbane do beat Collingwood, and Brisbane win the last match, and Collingwood lose the last match, we may have a chance to get that top spot, but we're gonna see. Port Adelaide still in there. Melbourne, like I said, top 4, I would say is we pretty much know who it's going to be. Carlton still in there, and they are the hottest team right now. I don't think anybody's trying to play Carlton. I wouldn't want to play Carlton as well as St. Kilda, Sydney, and Western Bulldogs round the top 8. As always, let's hop straight into the fixtures for round 23. 5:50 a.m. Collingwood against Brisbane. Brisbane, they beat Collingwood early on the season. They have a chance to repeat it. This time it's at the Marvel, in which Brisbane's away record has not really been good this year. I don't know why. We have struggled at times on the road this season. I think today we kind of correct that. We kind of correct it. I think we go to the Marvel and we beat Collingwood. It's gonna be a hell of a game, hard game, but it's gonna be really, really good. Richmond, North Melbourne. I got Richmond. Like I said, I don't want to disrespect like the games. I don't really mean anything. Like no offense for Richmond and North Melbourne don't really mean anything unless Richmond can win the last two, and who knows? But they are going to need some help. But I got Richmond beating them. Gold Coast and Carlton. Can Carlton continue to win? Can they continue to win? Uh, 12 a.m. They gotta go to Gold Coast. It's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think Carlton can do it. But we are going to see GWS against the. Oh, but I do got Carlton win. I think Carlton continues their winning streak. Like I said, they're the hottest team right now, and I'm going to ride that train until they lose. So we're going to see. I'm on that train. Hey, listen, it's still Brisbane forever, but I'm giving respect and props to Carlton, man, playing hella great ball right now. GWS against the Bombers. Can the Bombers redeem themselves? Can they? They won two straight, but they have lost their last 3 out of 5 in general. But can they get it? Can they make it? This is probably a big game itself, so this may be another game that we could go live for at 2:35 a.m. and St. Kilda and Geelong. Oh, there's some games this week. Oh, there is some games. So we have options. We got options. GWS against the Bombers. We are going to see can the Bombers make it 3 straight? Can GWS get going? I see two teams going in different directions. They have won the last 2 straight, while GWS have lost the last 2 straight. So, winner of that, along with the Western Bulldogs, that A spot, man, that A spot, 7 spot is still so close. But and that St. Kilda spot isn't fully guaranteed as well. So, I think with this game, I do think the Bombers do make it 3 straight against GWS. It's going to be a tough game, though, man. If my boy Peter Wright, Stringer, they do what they do, man. We'll see. Speaking of Peter Wright, how's he doing this year? Let me know. St. Kilda against Geelong. A lot of people are like, okay, they look back, they're starting to win games, stuff like that. But again, their inconsistent season is continuing. Currently in 11th place. They're going up against St. Kilda, who are trying to hold on for that 6th spot to make it inside the finals. And to me, I feel like if St. Kilda beats Geelong, Geelong does not make it. I think that's what's similar to me. If St. Kilda beats Geelong, Geelong is basically not going to make the finals. And I feel like that's going to happen. I feel like St. Kilda is going to beat Geelong. Basically be like, listen, you're not even going to have a sniff to repeat. Instead of you're not even making it to even try to repeat, you're not going to make it in general. And guess what? We're just going to kick you guys out. I do think St. Kilda does that. Adelaide against Sydney. Again, another big game. Can Adelaide redeem themselves from last week, losing against Brisbane? And they are playing, my bad, I'm sorry, Sydney Swans, who have been a very hot team. Sydney, I do think they do continue in a win. Obviously with no Buddy, they are winning games. So, still a young team. And maybe this is them trying to regain some form that we have seen from them from last season. I haven't really watched any Sydney games, so if I'm saying anything incorrectly, let me know in the comments down below. But I do got Sydney beating Adelaide. Sorry, Walker. Western Bulldogs against West Coast. I got Western Bulldogs. Even though Western Bulldogs did kind of lose, not great last week, to Hawthorn. I do think Western Bulldogs do redeem themselves, and they do get it done today. I'm sorry, this weekend. So this should be West Coast. Melbourne against Hawthorn. Can Hawthorn continue to play spoiler? Even though Hawthorn don't really have a chance to make it to finals, can they mess up Melbourne's position? We will see. Don't want to say never. This is going to be at the MCG, so it's going to be a tough game, but a part of me does want to choose Hawthorn because I do want to feel like they can do it. They can beat Melbourne, but it's going to be challenging. It's going to be very challenging, but we're going to see. But I think Melbourne gets it done this week. Lastly, Port Adelaide against Freo. We're Port Adelaide. If they win, just depending on how Brisbane do. Freo, I mean, if they win, they get 40. So, along with Freo are basically not really in the finals, unfortunately, sadly. But I do think Port Adelaide redeem themselves, make it 2 straight, and that's pretty much it. I think those are all my final predictions. You guys let me know which game you guys are looking forward to, which game you guys feel I chose wrong with. So right now, like I said, yeah, Brisbane, Richmond, Carlton, Bombers, St. Kilda, Sydney, Western Bulldogs, Melbourne, and Port. Those are my matchups, my winners for this week. Who are y'all's? Don't forget to like the video, sub as well. As always, appreciate you guys and girls. Peace.